I've seen this come in multiple times, and so I actually do want to. We'll get this image up on Still Store because I actually am curious now. I challenge Zeta Shift to tell us what they think about the mere concept of this TV show, for which I've sent to engineering a still of it, and they will get it up on the screen. I don't want to say the name until you have an opportunity to see what it is.
Well, this came up the other night.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
Good, because it keeps showing up in the challenges. So we're gonna talk about it briefly. It's called Van-pires. It is about a group of human teenagers who protect and defend the world from evil anthropomorphic junkyard vans and vehicles known as the, quote, Van-pires, by transforming into robotic anthropomorphic cars, calling themselves the, quote, motor-vators. It was a mix of live action and CGI. Does anyone want to guess at what year this was produced?
90.
That looks like 2002.
Yeah, 2000 and crap. In 1997.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to guess 6.
Yeah.
Is this the dark and gritty reboot of Turbo Teen?
Why is this volume 3?
I think this is supposed to be like an evolution of Super Van. Yeah, so they made enough of it for there to be a volume 3. It went out on Fox, and the WB was out between 1997 and 1998, and people started it, and there was 13 episodes. That's probably why this is volume 3. This is the last volume, I'm sure.
Hey Beach, how do you kill a vampire? With a drive shaft.
Yeah.
90% of the dialogue on this show is like car puns. Like 90% of it.
Oh boy, is
well,
that
of course
a
it is. Now
That
that you
is-
say it, there's one set, because the vast majority of it is CGI. There's literally like one set that they all spend their time
That
on.
is some CG.
So I want to explain so I took a television and media course when I was in university. Did very, very well in it. And there's a concept called cultural discount, in that when you sell something abroad from its original country of origin, you have to allow for the fact that people are not going to understand the cultural context that anything is being made in, right?
Right.
So when you sell something, that's why something like Power Rangers is very cheap to buy over here initially, because when they took all the Super Sentai stuff and reworked it and retooled it, they were like, well, we can get the licensing to that very cheap, because Japan would have been under the impression that nobody in North America is going to understand how any of this the Super Sentai stuff works, and so they're able to get it for cheap. Mr. Bean is the same thing, but Mr. Bean has a very... Cultural discount for Mr. Bean is actually very low because it is very universal. But there are places where if you try to sell Mr. Bean, people might not understand it, but generally they get the sense of physical comedy. This, to me, seemed... We've never seen this in Canada, as far as I know, which to me means that this must be a very American piece of art that I have no idea how I would understand it. Because clearly it must be important, if you've seen it, that somebody's actually seen it.
I thought this was a dream I had.
Oh!
I thought this was a me for years. Like I would have these random flashes of like car vampire thing. I'm like, there is no way this is real. This must be a dream I had. Until one day I decided I'm gonna Google this and see what happens.
And you got there.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, dear Lord. I'm like,
not wait.
what? Why? How?
I don't, like... Obviously, kids' entertainment, right?
Right.
I think this was. I mean, given the time period, it feels like this was them capitalizing on that Power Rangers genre. So like everyone's putting out teenage superhero shows.
Yeah.
It was created by a couple of Gentiles.
Yeah, John Gentile and Anthony Gentile. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Gentle production.
Do we have a clip?
No.
No, never.
No.
Never, we
Do
don't.
not want to see this. Like if you want to watch it ironically, do it on your own.
Don't subject the rest of the internet to that.
But I thought that's the whole point.